before it's too late.
The underwater acoustic expert follows the same course as the whales, imitating survey ships, dragging the air gun behind his boat. They maintain a parallel course with the whales. There are strict regulations to protect the whales from harassment. The scientists are not allowed to get close to them, to intercept them, or to hurt them in any way. Every 15 seconds for around 2 hours, Macaulay discharges his underwater gun.
Surface below calf and down.
The researchers on WhaleSong continue to log.
Surface below cow.
Every change in the animal's behaviour.
Cow down.
The physical effects of the discharge can only be felt close by the air gun, but the noise can travel over hundreds of kilometres in the shallow waters of the Exmouth Gulf.
So what we've been able to do is find in the last 2 years that whales do have a reaction, and it seems to be within about a kilometre to a kilometre and a half, the whales will definitely react and either swim away from the sound of the gun or move into a shallower area where the sound isn't as intense.
Although the early results appear to indicate that the effects on the humpbacks are minimal, still more research needs to be carried out. While the oil and gas industry is seen by some as a threat to these animals, so too are other maritime industries. Each spring, the prawn trawlers harvest millions of dollars of prawns from these waters.
Well, prawn trawling's got to be probably the single most destructive method of fishing that we're using right now in coastal waters. They're really like a bulldozer roaring along the bottom, just clear felling everything in their path. They're very destructive.
Macaulay agrees and likens prawn trawlers' activities to the devastation caused by clear felling rainforests.
There should be significant areas set aside where trawlers can't go, so we maintain the habitats that were there before.
But both scientists agree that, except for noise, prawn trawlers like the oil industry appear to pose no direct threat to the humpbacks, except perhaps if a boat and a whale were to collide, which happens rarely. The two men also agree that the biggest threat to the whales comes from a totally different area, one which seems benign but is far from it. Ironically, it's from the one group of people whose last wish is to harm the humpbacks. It's the whale watchers, tourists who just want to commune with the giants of the deep.
People whale watching can be a problem if they overstep the mark, and that mark's very difficult to define.
Doug Cochran is the wildlife officer in charge of policing whale watching. He says, like most populated areas close to the whales' migratory paths, our fascination for the whales draws us like magnets.
The Humpback Highway is an annual trek from the kitchen in Antarctica to the bedroom in the warm waters of our nor'west. That puts those animals very close to the coast and very close to the reach of human activity. And it's important that we understand that when you have a population recovering from near extinction.
Doug says at the moment whale watching is well under control. But as the whale's population continues to grow, as the humpbacks claw themselves back from extinction, the Jenners fear that, away from the main patrolled areas, tourists could put pregnant and nursing cows under stress, especially in the Exmouth Gulf.
Mostly what we use to key in on this behavior is the cow-calf pods, because they would be the most sensitive members of the community, and obviously they're also the next generation of whales coming along. If these whales are being bothered and driven out of an area that may be a warm water sanctuary for them, then that's a problem.